Stocks are trading higher this morning, and you really don't need to look beyond yield as well as oil to tell the story. Basically, U.S. yields, which had been marching higher, are pulling back today. Oil prices are lower as well, both of which are contributing to the risk-on rally. Of course, we have other corporate news. For example, the market's looking forward to Nvidia earnings today. That's creating a little bit of enthusiasm. The market also likes targets better than expected earnings. Maybe they even like the layoff announcement from Meta. But at the end of the day, as traders, we really don't need to look beyond U.S. yields as well as oil prices as the key driver of market flows. Today, we have the Federal Reserve minutes. I'm not expecting much. This is the last Federal Reserve meeting chaired by Powell, so the market's probably going to take a lot of it with a grain of salt. In general, though, I think the Fed minutes are going to show a little bit of concern about inflation, along with some relief that the U.S. data, the economy, growth in general isn't as weak as everyone feared. But, of course, they're going to continue to express their concern about uncertainty and what that means for the overall global economy and the outlook, or that, they have no idea because of that. Either way, I don't think it's going to be incredibly market moving because it is the last meeting chaired by Fed Powell. Now, aside from that, we did have weaker German producer prices. We also had weaker Canadian consumer prices, and, inflation data, consumer prices from the UK was softer as well. All of this is a trend that I think we should take stock of, because perhaps, on a consumer level, producers are having, problems passing over their costs, and maybe prices aren't moving in the same direction as they had been before. Maybe we're seeing a bit of relief globally that could translate to a bit of relief in inflation in the U.S. as well. Aside from that, we'll keep an eye on the headlines. I think Nvidia earnings is going to determine how NASDAQ trades tonight, tomorrow. That's going to really determine whether NASDAQ holds, and maybe even S&P as well. I'm Kathleen LIEN with BK Traders. We'll also recap you after the Fed minutes. Have a great day.